All right, friends, I know today is really, really heavy for everybody, and I don't know what to do about it. I stand with people of Minnesota, and I hope that they have the National Guard coming to their aid because it's getting really, really bad, ugly, and scary. And if they come here, I will also stand in the gap. And I know what that means because people like me, moms like me, Renee Good, are being shot. So I understand what that means, but I just feel like it is extremely heavy right now. So I sat down at my sewing table because I had to think about something else for a little while. It's been many hours of looking at the news online and intermittently stopping and cleaning my bathroom or cleaning my kitchen or doing laundry or whatever it is I'm taking a break from, just to try to give myself a little bit of mental break. But I'm going to spend a little bit of time looking at my Make 9. I have several projects cut out, so I don't need to cut anything else out right now. But I want to go ahead and pull together maybe some fabrics and take a look at other things I might want to sew. So spend a little time with me here as we look through my Make 9 and maybe get your mind off of it too. So I'm starting with the Nico turtleneck, and you can see the outline of it back here. I make these every year. They're super nice, easy, well-fitting mock turtlenecks, and I have one in a really bright print, which is on my grid. You can see that. I also have one in some upcycled teal sweater knit that I upcycled from another project, so it's going to have front and back seaming and some seaming on the neckline. But right next to it, I have a pair of free range slacks. I really would like to make these. They have a contrast side panel, which you can't see here, but I have some striped tencel denim. So I'll do the stripes on the pants vertically and the stripes on the panel horizontally. It'll be fun. This, I'm going to do a Ferris fanny pack. I'm going to probably do the large one. I may not piece it like this, but it's similar to that. These are the Hadid from Ready to Sew. This is a French designer who, I think her name is Rochelle, and she does some really, really nice designs. If you have not checked her out, she posts in both English and in French. It's, definitely, really cool design. Snaps, pleats for the track, stripes on the side, just a really cool one. So that's the Hadid. This is a bikini, that swimsuit that I bought years ago, and I swear that I was going to sew it the very first year, and I never did, and we're now 3 years into it. So this year it is. This is the Alto, I think it's the Alto, from Paper Cut. It comes in this two-piece. You can make it Harlequin or not. Comes in a one-piece, comes in an even skimpier two-piece if you want. I have a book called Making Bags, and it uses something similar to this, but with ties, men's ties, and I have a few in my stash, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. This is my August blouse and two top, yes, designed by me, perfectly comfortable, very flattering on. So I'll be making at least one more of those. I'll be making a pair of Pietra shorts, a brightly colored, oversized, thick scarf, which I'll be knitting. This is a Nomi pattern, and I really like the color blocking, and I'm going to make a wool coat out of some pieces of wool that I have that aren't big enough to make a whole coat, but could be put together. I love this set. I got several different stripe fabrics from my local fabric store, and I definitely want to make this. This would be very similar to the Antero shell, and these pants are a Simplicity pattern that I've had for a while. This is a scrappy tee. I'm always looking for ways to use up my linen and other scraps, so I'll be making a scrappy tee, probably the Antero shell again. And then we go over here to a couple of additional Make 9 items that I added based on some things I've been seeing from some of my influencers. So I really love this sweater cape. This is from Rebecca Page. They're not in existence anymore, but there is a pretty similar one to this rectangular one in the Hot Patterns lineup, although it's not quite the same turtleneck. It's actually a fold over snap turtleneck, but it's fairly similar otherwise with the bands and everything. So that's definitely something I'm looking at making. The Hot Patterns lounging sweater, which I accidentally cut off when I was placing this picture over the top. This is a Pinterest collage. And then I really love the detail of these Donni, D-O-N-N-I, which is a Los Angeles-based company. I really love the detail on these. There is a super awesome hack for doing this by taking the seams and sewing them outward and then kind of making like a modified Hong Kong finish with some bias tape. So I absolutely want to try that, and I'm hoping to pair that with my August blouse and tube top in the summer. So that's on the agenda. This is a Remy Raglan, which I did not finish sewing last year, and I would really like to finish it this year. Same thing too with the August dress and top, and never finished sewing it last year. Really like to make one this year, and also the Emerald. So these are three that are kind of coming back with me this year because I picked different projects instead to make my Make 9. And then I'm in an effort to try to use some of the patterns I already have. I'm really trying to focus on doing these things here. So that just gives you an overall view. You can check them out in more detail at my blog at Sew Paradise, SEWparadise.com. It'll give you a little bit more background on each one of these patterns and kind of why I picked them and what I was looking to do. Now obviously it's cozy January, so I'm really leaning hard into my Nico turtlenecks. I just finished a pieced fleece vest, which is I've been wearing it for 2 days now because it's so cold. I'm probably gonna, once I'm finished those Nikos, I'm probably gonna move on to one of these two as part of it, which is kind of the reason why I added them, because I was really looking for something kind of cozy to take me into. These are a lot more summer outfits over here, with the exception of that scarf, which will take me a while, but these are definitely more summer. So I'm definitely gonna be looking at making, bringing these two into the mix here for the next couple of months, especially while it's really cold out. So love to hear what you're sewing and what you're thinking about. Go ahead and drop me a comment. I also, you notice I have some fabric over here that I got as part of my Make 9. My local fabric store hosts a Make 8, and then you get the 9th fabric included. So I picked up this rib and matching solid knit. And I'm going to do a top that has some rib knit trim, so that's going to be definitely something fun. I'm looking forward to making that. There is one other item that might actually get added to my list, well, maybe one or two, but I will show that to you here. This Know Me pattern, I love the sweatsuit with these details, and that may definitely end up being one of my Make 9, or actually probably not one of my Make 8, but it'll be one of my additional ones that I would like to make this year, just simply because I have a lot of fabric and I really like the detail on this, and I have like tons and tons and tons, you can see the detail in that, tons and tons and tons of bias tape. I mean, miles, hundreds of miles. I might even be able to go around the world with bias tape, probably not. Definitely, around my city with bias tape, that's for sure. So I definitely need to use that, and so that's something I'm thinking of making. I've got some black knit in my stash, quite a bit of it, 5 yards, that I think would work really well, maybe with some white trim. So that's definitely on my list of things to sew. So tell me what you're sewing, what you're looking at sewing, and what you're thinking about, and also if sewing's helping you out right now the same way it's helping me out right now. It's giving me a place and a framework to take a step back. I know our friends in Minneapolis are fighting really, really hard, and we appreciate that. And when it comes time for our turn, I will be out there. But in the meantime, I'm doing some work with some mutual aid, providing money and other resources to folks who really need it in our community. So tell me what you're sewing.